Callback, a term that gained popularity around 1985, yet used in the English language since the 1890s for other telecommunications-related actions, is a concept that, of course, predates its name. In computer programming, a callback is a programming pattern in which a function reference is passed from one context, a consumer, to another, a provider, such that the provider can call the function. If I had to explain that further, we'd be here all day. Although I'm an alleged nerd, add Nalu to your server today, she uses callbacks, and I could talk about programming for longer than I need to with examples from my own project Nalu, add today, I refuse. Merriam-Webster's third definition is the one that I'm after. Something such as a comment, image, or character that evokes an earlier instance, which basically translates to a reference to something from earlier. Today, I wish to talk about the joy the callback has given me. Yes, callbacks are cool in the context of computers, but they are not as impactful on the user end of things. What I mean by this is the concept of a callback is best used as a literary device, such as a running gag. Hello, team. I hope this video finds you well. My name is Bartholomew. It's kind of like Bartholomew, but with a Z. A running gag takes the form of an amusing joke or comical reference and appears repeatedly throughout a work of literature or other form of storytelling. Running gags start as a one-off instance, then they reappear again and again until they are expected by the audience. Familiarity with the bit bubbles, bubbles, and bubbles until the audience is able to anticipate when and how the gag will reappear. Want to know something funnier than doing the thing that you always do? Not doing the thing that you always do. And that's what we call a bait and switch. More on that later. The running gag is a form of a callback, much like a burger is a sandwich. So let's talk about the sandwich. In comedy, a callback is a joke that refers to one previously told in the set. It is a subset of inside jokes. Inside jokes are understandable only to members of an in-group. So, if you tell a joke to Bob and no one else right before going clubbing or whatever you extroverts do, and now you're with your other friends Tessa and the doobie-doobie-doo-ba twins, and you reference the joke you made earlier with Bob in a new context, you and Bob, having already experienced this joke, having already been exposed to it previously, you two should consider it more hilarious than Tessa and the twins. Why? There's a science to it, I'm not there yet. For now, just know that in this silly scenario that I've created for the fictional you, Bob, Tessa, and the DBDBDB for short, twins, you have referenced something from earlier to Bob, your in-group, thereby calling back to a previously told joke. And now we'll dive deeper. To be considered a good stand-up comedian, you not only have to be good at telling jokes, you have to be an amazing storyteller. Some would say that storytelling is the best thing that we've got going for us as a species. I'm inclined to agree. The cool thing about stories is that through them, we are able to learn of the experiences of the subject to help us better understand life as we know it in the present. With that understanding, we are able to derive a meaning to the story being told. The purpose of having a story when telling a joke is to set the stage for the punchline. If you wish to imagine a punchline with no story, think about what a Laffy Taffy rapper would look like if the question was blank and the answer just said, he had nobody to go with. Now I'm sure you're saying, but Bartholomew, that's just a one-liner. That's not a story. Eat me. Yes, this is not the best analogy, but it's a simple one. The question being blank inherently takes away context from the answer. If we consider a story to be something that provides context, we should be able to apply the same logic to the Laffy Taffy rappers. A joke told with no context is less impactful than one told with context. Furthermore, a joke alluding to another joke told previously is more impactful than its first telling, and the reason is pattern recognition. We humans crave it. Hey guys, post-production Bartholomew here. I just wanted to say that I was going to put in a little bit more information about pattern recognition and things like that, but I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hope you guys enjoy, have been enjoying it thus far. A callback doesn't have to be comedic, the same way it doesn't have to be used in the context of phone calls, nor computer programming. Used generally, its concept can apply to many things. Remember, if a callback is a reference to the past without the need for explaining how it relates to the present, because Bob already knows the context, we can say that a reference to any information that has previously been disclosed to an in-group is a callback. The in-group is dependent on the medium of which the story is told through. The callback's impact is dependent on what type of sandwich it is. Spoilers. In episode 6 of The Water Magician, Abel tells Natalie, if you're ever in a position where you need help and you can't find us, then turn to Rio. He then goes on to tell her where Rio Oh, whoa. He then goes on to tell her where Ryo will most likely be at any given moment. In the very same episode, yes, it happens this quick, Natalie, who's in charge of monitoring where everyone is instantaneously unable to locate said people. They vanished, gone, disappeared. In episode 7, Natalie learns that Abel and his party are among the group who vanished. Upon learning this information, Natalie's expression toward the man who's relaying it is one of shock, until she ponders for a moment. What are we to do in this situation where I can't ask Abel for help? Oh, the horror! Wait a minute. Ryo, I'll go get him. Something like that. Now, she doesn't say these things out loud. The reason I was able to imagine her thoughts is because of the scene in episode 6, which foreshadowed this moment. And this moment in episode 7 foreshadows Ryo arriving just in time to save the day later on, without the need for an explanation. If you are paying attention to the blatant foreshadowing in episode 6, then the scene where Natalie is not speaking speaks for itself. I'm Bob. I know the context. I can expect that Natalie is recalling the conversation she and Abel had because the scenario that she has been put in is the exact scenario Abel has already given her the formula to solve. We don't hear Natalie say that she's going to get Ryo. We don't even see her again until episode 8, where we're provided confirmation that the events we're inferring happen have actually happened. Each time we call back to something, such as a comment, image, or character that evokes an earlier instance, we are applying the concept of a callback. Next, I want to talk about Arcane, before my camera dies. Again. If you have not seen Arcane Season 1 or 2, the video is over for you. Comment, I'm username here, and I hate film and media with a burning passion. And leave. Spoilers ahead. Again. This scene here hurt me like no other. I cried like a newborn baby. I cried as if I lost her. Grown-ass man breaking down into full-on tears and shaking in the middle of the night. I wailed. It hurt me so much to watch this scene over any others because it is a callback to this scene. You know, the one where she's there and not dead, a universe in which she still exists, an everlasting happiness that our hero chose to give up for the betterment of his universe. It hurt. The point that I'm trying to get across is that a cleverly timed and well-executed callback will yield great results, whether it be for comedic purposes or ripping my heart out of my chest and feeding it to me. Nevertheless, I consider it an essential narrative device to any good story, especially great ones. If